Hello and welcome to this short video that gives an overview of the criteria that I use to grade student presentations in my zemi seminar classes. Let's start with the basics. You need to have a thorough understanding of the paper. You don't need to present everything in a paper. This could be difficult given time limits, but you should prioritize and emphasize what you think are the most important and interesting parts. Also, you don't need to understand all the technical details in the paper, for example, details on the technicalities of the econometric techniques in the robustness section, or details regarding the mathematical model if there is one. Researchers often read scientific papers without understanding all of the technical details. The important thing is to understand the main message and its implications, and there is no harm in saying that there are parts that you did not understand if this was the case, as long as you have a good grasp of the main message and its implications. Of course, you should avoid making mistakes or causing confusion when you present the paper. It helps if you can give personal interpretations and perspectives about the importance and relevance of the article and associated issues. This is useful because it shows that you have put thought into the presentation and you can make the ideas more relatable. Searching for background information can help to enrich the presentation. For example, if you are presenting a paper that is a bit old, you could update it with more recent information. If your paper discusses a theme that connects to current debates and current events, it would help to indicate your expertise in the area if you can make a connection to these recent developments. If there has been some follow-up research in this area, it could be relevant to quickly mention it. If you are presenting a paper on US data, you could follow up with some evidence for Japan, for example. Your presentation should be clear, it should be enthusiastic, and it should be interesting. The presentation should involve the audience and stimulate their interest. Good PowerPoint presentations have a nice storyline that unfolds during the presentation. Reading out notes from a sheet of paper in a mumbling voice and facing the wall with your back to the audience is not a good presentation style. Students who are presenting online are expected to have their webcams on when presenting so that we can see you. PowerPoint slides should be clear. In general, slides should avoid having too much text and should include images and graphs. Having numbers on slides is useful because it allows the audience to link back to discuss material in your presentation. For example, if there is a question at the end, such as, regarding your slide 3, or can you show again the graph on slide 7? A common characteristic of bad PowerPoint presentations is that they often have way too much text, so trim down the text on your slides, ruthlessly cutting down the word count as much as possible. For each word, think whether the word can be dropped. Also, in my opinion, there is no need for a final thank you slide such as this one. Thank you. You can just say thank you verbally, and while you are saying thank you, the audience can look at a summary slide of your main conclusions and takeaways. Good style for presentations is to animate your slides, for example using fade in and fade out effects for bullet points like what I'm doing here. You should use your time well, of course. The scheduled time for the talk is 30 minutes total, which includes both presentation and discussion. Don't finish early or talk for too long. Probably the worst thing is when you finish after 20 minutes and there is nothing but awkward silence. If you are presenting a paper that is only 3 pages long, this is not necessarily an easy task because you will have to think about how to fill up your allocated time. If you are presenting a long paper, this gives you more freedom to prioritize which parts of the paper you want to focus on as you fill up your allocated time. If you are on track to talk for too long, you should keep your eye on the clock, think about which parts to skip and end your talk on time. If you cannot make progress in your talk because the audience is asking you lots of questions, this is a good sign because the audience are listening and interested. This is not a problem, but you should be able to finish on time. If after the scheduled time of 30 minutes, the audience still wants to hear what else you have to say, then you are welcome to keep talking if need be. It is helpful to allow time for questions and answers and for a discussion with the audience. If for whatever reason the audience have no questions or comments, then it would be good if you could fill in the silence with some additional material you have prepared as a backup plan. And finally, please send me your slides by email before the start of class on the day of your presentation. Even if you send it just 1 minute before class, this is fine. If you send it 1 minute after the start of class, this is not so good because it suggests that you were not focusing on what we were doing in class. So that's it. I hope this video was useful. Thank you and have a nice day.